How's that for appropriate?
Come on! 16-0 Cubbies! Hey, so I want to talk to you a little bit about Vision. And this is kind of the sequel to Vision, the original vlog. I don't know what we really call it. The last Ripple vlog episode where I talked about vision. What do you want to do with your life? Where do you want to go? How do you want to finish up? And I got to tell you, I was actually surprised at how many people reached out to me personally that said, hey, I'm really appreciative of the fact that you did that, or you really made me think about some things, or you really had me realizing I've not done a very good job of outlining what I want to do with the rest of my life. And so thought, hey, that's pretty powerful. I hit on something that I think is pretty significant. So I want to continue along that thread, and I want to talk a little bit more about it. And somebody asked me, how did you come up with your vision statement? And my vision is not so much a statement as it is a roadmap for the things that I want to do, I want to accomplish, and where I want to go with my life, my career. The things that I know that I still want to tick off my career bucket list, my professional ambitions, even from a personal perspective, where I want to go with that part of my life. I've got two boys that are not getting any younger, they're getting older, and at some point their mom and I will be by ourselves again. And how am I going to take care of that chapter of my life? And what do I want to do to make sure that I'm maximizing the time and really enjoy everything that's ahead? All the things my boys have in their future and how I would like to play a role and participate and continue to participate in it, how I want to take my marriage and where I want to see it go. There's so many people that at the end of raising their kids, they don't really know how to communicate and connect. And I think, knock on wood, my wife has been fantastic in that she doesn't let that happen. She's been an unbelievable partner in crime and just really committed wife on every level, including as a business partner. So I'm very fortunate and lucky there. But that chapter will be different, and it will be unique, and it will be a new experience for us both, because we've been so committed and dedicated to our kids that once that is no longer a focus, what do you do to occupy that time? Where do you want your career to be so that you've got the flexibility to travel the world and go see all these amazing things that we keep saying we'll do someday? But will we? And, my vision says we will, without question. But somebody asked me, how do you sort of facilitate that internal conversation? How do you figure out how to take advantage of those three actions that I said in the last video? And that was a really valid point. I got to thinking, I didn't give you much by way of information as to how I got there. So I thought I would share a few questions here, if I can read my handwriting from my trusty notebook that I wrote down the other day while I was actually just getting off a phone call for somebody that told me how much that last video meant to them, and sort of what the blog and the vlog and the podcasts are doing for them. And I had no idea. So made me very happy and excited, but then it got me thinking, maybe if they had these questions, maybe you might as well. So here's a couple of questions that I put out there. And I call these kind of ripple connection questions because they are, but it's connecting with yourself, your inner self, having that inner dialogue to figure out where you want to go, what you want to do. So in the next 20 years, I would like to ... In the next 20 years, I would like to ... Fill in that sentence. Figure out what that is. What does the next 20 years look like? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to see? What do you want to do? What do you want to experience? Where do you want to go with your career? In the next 20 years, I would like to, you fill in the blank. Then, 20 years from now, when I look back at all my major accomplishments, I will be most proud of, fill in the blank. You're setting the role in motion. You're setting the vision. You're unleashing it, and you're being able to say, hey, I know I will be a best-selling author. I know I will speak at this major conference. I will get that promotion and become the president of the bank, or whatever that is for you. And I will be the most proud of the people I've touched in those 20 years, the relationships I've been able to create, but get very specific about what those accomplishments are. Because when you put them down and you write them and commit them to paper, you know what? The chances of them becoming a reality are just that much greater enhanced. The potential for them to come true is so possible. I refuse to let fill in the blank continue to define me and who I am. What or who is limiting you from being the best that you can be within your life? That's a huge part of your vision. Some people may be, in a situation where that's their marriage or their romantic partner, and that person doesn't fulfill them or doesn't excite or motivate them. You may at some point be faced with that decision that, is that what you want to live with for the rest of your life? Or do you want to do something different? Now, my God, if, life is too short to spend it with friends, family, spouses, romantic partners, or anyone who is not 100% aboard your train and isn't your number one cheerleader, or at least trying to be. So think about that. I refuse to let fill in the blank continue to define me and who I am. Partner, relationship, friendship, boss, career, job title, you get the point. And I believe that with hard work and commitment, I will accomplish these three things in the next 3 years in support of living and fulfilling my vision. Wow, now we get real specific. Now we're talking about 3 specific things that you plan to accomplish in support of the greater vision, right? If your vision at some point is so massive and so big and so different from where you are today, well, guess what? That doesn't just happen overnight. It doesn't just happen because you hope it does, or because you wish it will, or you're dreaming on it. A dream without action is just a dream. A goal without action is just, a goal without action. There's like some cool saying right there, but I don't know what it is. But at any rate, you get my point. So I'm asking you for 3, count them, 3 very specific actions that you can take that will help you. I believe that with hard work and commitment, I will accomplish these 3 things in the next 3 years in support of my living and fulfilling my vision. That's powerful. So for those of you that are struggling, those of you that are having questions about what is that vision for me, where do I want to go, what do I want to do, what do I want to accomplish, what do I want this life to represent at the end of it, and can I do that? Well, yes, you can. Unlock the potential in here. Unleash all of the potential that you have and start to dream and vision up what you really, really want life to be about. And then let your actions dictate your next steps in fulfilling that. So one of the great conversations that I had this past week was with someone who said, Steve, I have been in public service all my life. I love that process, and I have been committed to it for a long period of time, but I can no longer deal with that as my career. I would like to step outside of my comfort zone, and I would like to become what you are. I was very honored and complimented that they would even think that my life is something of interest, but they want to become a professional speaker. They, in fact, want to be a motivational speaker. They want to take some of the life lessons that they learned from their parents, and they want to blow that up into such a way that they can really drive home some significant points. And from that, they want to be able to write. They want to be able to blog. They want to be able to touch other people's lives and get them to reconsider and think about what they're doing with their life and their choices. And, want to stand as the example, the paramount example in their story as someone that can recreate their life even at a later age. Now, I was blown away. I was totally amazed that somebody would have that much gumption to think that they, that I had that much to offer people, and that there was some inspirational lesson there. And I was really appreciative of that. But hearing the motivation and the drive and the passion behind this person's story, guess what? I think they do a better job than I do. And there's no limits. And so that she was getting to work on her vision immediately, because she said that she could no longer waste any more time waiting for the life to happen that she's always dreamt of for herself. But she realized that one of the things I pointed out to her as one of those actions is that you've really got to put the process in motion, and you got to surround yourself with people there that are going to be your big fans and are going to be committed to helping you. So I am so honored and so blessed by these stories, and I hope you keep them coming. I hope that these questions actually facilitate a conversation on a much grander scale with yourself and maybe with me, share them in the comments below in the YouTube comment section, or tweet me at RippleOn and let me know how the vision planning is going for yourself, because I would love to know. Or drop me a line. Steve@ripplecentral.com is my email. I promise I will do my very best to get back with each and every one of you. And I hope this has been helpful. I hope some of those questions will give you some thoughts and some approaches that might maybe help facilitate a better internal conversation that will help you figure out the game plan for actually mapping out your vision. But, that's the thing, is you got to take the action. You got to take that next step. And if you're watching this video and you watch the last one and you're a little bit motivated, I'd say go with it. Go forward. I don't care if you're 85 years old, you're 22 years old, whatever age you are, man, woman, where you are, what kind of economic background you come from, it does not matter. You control and manage your life. You are the captain steering your ship. Now, you create your destiny. You create where you want to go and what you want to do. And this is not motivational BS. This is truth, people. You are the designer of the vision. You are the person in control. Please, don't give up those controls to somebody else. Take full advantage of them. Enjoy the process. And until next time, moving on. You do miss all the shots that you don't take. Take yours. Get started on your vision now.